I've finally grown into the part. I am at Old Man's Cave. There used to be nothing here but a trail and a parking lot that I can remember. And the folks used to bring us down here all the time. It was great. We'd hike the trail. And now they've built this gigantic building and it's closed. It's only 4 o'clock and they close. So that's typical. The trail is down there. But now that I've turned 69, I don't even know if I had a signal. Maybe I do. I've turned 69 yesterday, October 14th, 1956. Can't believe I've made 69, but I have. Pushing 70, for Christ's sake. And like I said, we used to come down here all the time when we were kids. But, and the big cave is only a third of a mile that way. But I don't think I can make it. Just getting from the car to the toilet. Uh, I'm a big crybaby now. I found out like all the meniscus is gone in my joints, so I'm in constant pain. I had back surgery and severe arthritis in my spine, in my joints, and occasionally, well, lately my left leg has started acting up. My hip feels like it's going wonderful, and my knee, it feels like it's on fire. So I ain't gonna be able to walk down there. But which really sucks because I miss that going down there. It's a beautiful spot. Old Man's Cave. It's called Hocking Hills, south of Columbus, Ohio. And I just moved down to this area, back down to this area for. I gave it. I keep getting shot down by the banks and the government. 2018, I got tired of living in Columbus, and this is after coming back from California in 2014. Long story longer, I moved down to near Athens, Ohio, which is south of here, down in the hills, where there's Ohio University. And I found the perfect spot and opened up a bed and breakfast. Of course, somebody's actually typing. Big Beck 3 pizza. So I opened up a bed and breakfast, thinking it's the perfect spot. It's like an old farm, but the landlord was a lunatic. I find out that for the last 10 years before I moved in, he was creeping out his own. He would move people in, especially women and girls, and then creep them out. He did all kinds of. In fact, he actually got arrested one time for abusing. He killed one of the woman. I shouldn't even tell these stories. He killed one of his tenants' cat just out of spite and threw it in a ditch, and he almost went to jail for that. And then I find out all this after I move in and realize the guy is a lunatic. So I end up in court with that jackass and beat the shit out of him in court. And I found another place right after that, which was even better. It was a 6-bedroom cabin. It kind of looked, not, it was built out of logs. That's a little more prefab. But this place was like a hand-built log cabin with 5 or 6 bedrooms. And I thought, wow, this is perfect, And people were booking, people from the school. I was transporting people, I still do, transporting people for the teams down there at Ohio University, although they don't call often enough. And it was perfect, which of course means it's going to stop. Turns out that landlord was a lunatic too. I found out from everybody in the whole area. They knew him and the other guy that I was leasing from. So it just went south. And then, of course, they pulled the pandemic and shut down the university, shut down travel. They tried to close the airports, but that's against the law. But nobody was flying because of this bullshit. People still believe it was an epidemic. So it destroyed my business right at the same time, and that went away. And I was broke again. I had 1 month's rent in my pocket. I moved back to Columbus and managed. I fought with the SBA for a couple of years, trying to get funding that they had promised us, small businesses. Of course, I got a fraction of what Joe Biden promised. So that entire thing was a scam. Then I find out some Mexicans in San Francisco stole or it was given to them. My Social Security number was given to them by the government. I'm still alive. And they used that and my company name, Luke and Limousine, to defraud the SBA of $500,000. And I was fighting them just to get $5,000 here and $5,000 there, just to, keep the lights on. So I reported all that to two different congressmen, two different senators, maybe three, one of which was J.D. Vance. And I also reported it, and I sent all the documentation to the SBA attorneys. They said, this is terrible. We investigate this, Mr. Lucan. We're going to get right to the bottom of this. Along with the $80 billion that was stolen, went missing. So my $500,000 they never did anything. These Mexicans got rich, and I fucking went to the poorhouse again. So I'm not real thrilled with the government, even though I've voted for these idiots, thinking, okay, my business I'm still operating. My car service, I got an SUV, Cadillac, and an SUV and a Cadillac. So every time I think about this, I just get so pissed. And I thought, okay, this is great. These guys are going to, I'll be paying 50 cents a gallon for gas again because supposedly we have more fuel, more resources than the world combined. Drill, baby, drill, right? No. Here it is a year later, almost 2 years later, and I'm still paying almost over $3 a gallon. In some places it's starting to drop, but very slowly. So it's bullshit. We should be paying less than $1 a gallon, even with taxes. When I was growing up, it was 25 cents a gallon. When I was in high school, it went to 50 cents a gallon. And you could drive all day on a couple of bucks worth of gas. It was amazing. Now, not so much. So I'm not thrilled with what's going on. I'm super disappointed with the people I helped put in power because they seem more interested in Israel than the United States, which really pisses me off. I won't go into all that. So, yeah. Are you still listening? Yeah, there's one person. This is the other thing. Because of what I talk about, YouTube has throttled me. They've, what do they call it? Not blacklisted. It's, they just make sure that the computer doesn't let anybody see you. It doesn't recommend anything. So here I am back at Old Man's Cave. Oh, there's a buzzard. It's down there. Exit only. Oh, that's the exit. I guess the entrance is there. It loops around. They don't want you going. They don't want you going. See, I would have gone the opposite direction. That's me all over. But because of my leg, my back, my knee, and every joint in my body with the severe arthritis and shit, I can't walk that far. I can barely get up and down a flight of stairs. Just walking from here to the parking lot, it's like, no, I can't do it. I wanted to, but I can't. I haven't been down that trail for, long time. Back when the parents were alive, they used to take us on this, it's a beautiful spot. It's this canyon, basically. It goes down and there's a gigantic cave and waterfalls. I really miss all that. Oh, look at this, somebody getting married. There's a hell of a place to come to get married. Let me flip it around. Bloop. I guess if you're young and you ain't got a lot of money, this is a cool spot to do it. Yeah, there we go. Got some buzzards. They must have smelled me. There's an old guy down here. So anyway, Old Man's Cave, just south of Columbus, Ohio. Hocking Hills. Oh, see, they put all this, none of this shit was here. This wasn't here back in the day. I kind of miss the simplicity of everything. Now they put all this stuff in. I don't know how exciting the trail is. It's a nice area though. It's right smack dab in the middle south of Ohio, and it's as far as the ice sheet during the Ice Age came down just north of here. So all the water that was pouring out of the bottom of this former glacier that was just north of us came through here and carved these canyons. You really can't see much from here. Just some trees. But it's quiet, it's nice. Yeah, see, there you go. It's all kind of cool rock formations and shit down there. I wish I could get down there. My knee and my hip are screaming. Anyway, so it goes, huh? And being October, and I just had a birthday, this is the time of year when I was a kid, the tree, they talk about fall colors. Those are gone. When I was a kid, the fall colors were brilliant, brilliant reds and yellows and orange. I mean, brilliant. And the sky was a brilliant baby blue. It's a little overcast, but if you'll notice one thing, lately, they've been, the government shutdown. Well, it just so happens that as soon as they did that, they can't pay for things. Like, if you notice, jet aircraft, they make clouds now. They didn't used to do that. Up until the 1990s, they didn't make clouds. Now they've convinced all these people, because they've grown up seeing a sky full of, crisscross clouds going this way and that way. And they spread out. Those are gone the last few days because of the government shutdown. So if you go out when it's not overcast, and you'll see a real blue sky. A real blue sky. But that'll start back up as soon as they get the money back flowing, that they're printing out of nothingness and we pay for the interest. What a scam. That certain tribe that controls the banking and the currencies. Hence, them telling us that we basically have to defend Israel. Fuck Israel. Anyhow, yeah, shadow ban, that's it. Yeah. So I'm gonna jump back in the car and go find a place to eat, because there aren't a whole lot of restaurants and such down here. Anyway, that's that. Oh, I'm surprised I have a signal here. Really surprising. It says 4G, or it did. Yeah. Later.